So on the last night of the tour, and we were somewhere in South America, they had a big dinner. Paul didn't show up. I mean, he never planned to, so Paul wasn't there. But it was his whole band and some of the other important people from his entourage there, and me too. I was there, and I didn't have to film that night, so I could just drink wine and enjoy myself and stuff. And someone, one of the waiters, brought over a guitar. I was sitting next to Paul's lead guitarist, Robbie McIntosh, and so he started playing Beatles songs, and then I became the singer, and so, and the other people in the band would sort of sing along. So, but I was the lead singer for Paul McCartney's band for one night. One time on the thing, I said, I told another co-host that Paul McCartney would get 2 airplanes when we had to fly anywhere, and then at the last minute he would choose which one he wanted to use, because he wanted to have a choice. So he'd pay for 2 and only take 1, but he wanted to be in control. And he'd go, that one. Well, I want to tell you there, and I've mentioned this before, Paul McCartney was one of the first rock and rollers that I worked with. I was very young, and being such a big star, it opened a lot of doors for me that I could work with other artists, And one artist, I don't mean to put it in quotes, because he's a great guitarist. Maybe not everybody loves his politics. A fellow by the name of Ted Nugent. And we're in Colorado, and he's going to do a show with his band at the time called Damn Yankees with Jack Blades and who else. Anyway, he's sitting on the edge of the stage with Jack Blades, and my director, I was the cameraman, my director says, looky yonder, there's Ted, go interview him. And I go, you mean on camera? He says, of course on camera. So I was afraid, because Ted is an intimidating guy. But I walk over there very sheepishly, and what they were doing, they were playing guitars, and they were singing a racist version of Chuck Berry's Johnny B. Good. It was really horrible, But anyway, he had been told about me when I walked up. He said, hey, you're that fella there, what's your name? I said, Michael there. He says, because I had a Super 8 camera that I was filming with. They wanted black and white 8mm film. It wasn't video. He says, I hear you carry an 8mm. I said, yes, sir. He says, and he reaches into his waistband, and he pulls out a gun. And he says, well, listen, I carry a 9, so respect your elders.